Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to Busy Moms Yoga. I'm Megan. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is your 100th time here, I am so grateful for you. I've got a nice deep stretch practice for us today. Deep stretch is one of the first classes that I taught in studio, so I have a true passion for it. I'm going to kind of move us through a few flow-like postures first. I like to get the body warmed up before we stretch it out. Cold muscles don't feel great when they're stretched. So we're gonna sort of warm the body up just a little bit and then enjoy some nice lengthier, deeper stretches. Okay, grab yourself your mat, grab yourself some blocks just in case. I'm gonna bring mine up towards the top of my mat actually, just to get started. And when you're ready, join me on all fours. We're gonna start in a tabletop. Take a moment just to make sure your alignment is correct. Shoulders stacked over your wrists, hips over the knees. Maybe take any wiggles that you might need just to get yourself situated here. And when you find that comfortable position and you feel good, just find some stillness. And we're going to start by just kind of opening up the wrists a little bit. So one hand at a time, just flip the palm, drop the back of your hand onto the mat. Try to keep that spine nice and neutral, gaze down at the mat just for a moment here. And then switch hands and return it back again, one more time on each side. Really loosen up the wrists here. And if any point your wrists start to bother you while we're on our hands and knees or even in a downward dog, which sometimes can get a little bit tiring, you can always bring your hands to turn your hands into fists and just kind of support yourself that way. You have a little bit more strength from your hands helping out. You can also drop the blocks underneath your wrists as well, just to provide a little bit of support, bring the earth a little bit closer to you. So throughout our practice today, I want you to think about keeping the core engaged, so squeezing that belly button in towards your spine. And again, let's just kind of take some wiggles here. Rock the hips from side to side. Maybe come forward and back just a bit here, loosening up the back body, shoulders, all that good stuff. And then bring your knees to the outer edges. Big toes touch. I'm going to prop a block under my forehead as I drop down into child's pose, just because we're just starting out here, not too warmed up yet. Let the hips come down. If they don't come all the way down to your heels, that's okay. But maybe just sit here for a moment. Maybe think about an intention for your practice. Maybe just expressing some gratitude towards yourself for this time on your mat. And just not worrying about the day ahead, not worrying about what's behind you. Just taking these next few moments for yourself. Maybe rock your head from side to side on the mat or on the block. It's like a little face massage. And then if you're using that block, move it out of the way. Come back to our tabletop position. Nice and slow. I know we're still warming up here. Bring the right arm up towards the sky just for a moment. Big inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So send that right arm behind the left. Come all the way down so the side of your head is on your mat. Hips are up. Maybe bring that left hand towards the top of your mat. And just melt into your mat here for a moment. Relax into the stretch. Let it feel good on your shoulders. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze. And breathe. And slowly bring that left hand back. Use it to support as you reach back up towards the ceiling. Right hand comes back down to the mat. And once again, a couple little wiggles here. And we'll take it to the other side. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Nice little spinal twist. And exhale, thread the needle. Left arm comes behind the right. Hips stay up. Side of your left head down on the mat. And your right arm reaches towards the top. And again, just melting into the mat, melting into that shoulder. Release any tension you might be holding on to. And slowly bring the right hand back down. Use it to push yourself back up, open to the twist just for a moment. Hand comes back down. Nice. Let's take it to some rolls. Full body rolls here on our hands and knees. So coming forward in one direction and sending the hips back. Doesn't have to be fast, no rush. Reverse your circle. And then once again, find stillness right where we are. We're going to take it to a downward dog. So when you're ready, tuck the toes and the hips up and back. And maybe start to walk your dog a little bit here. This is where we bring some movement, get the blood flowing before we stretch these muscles. Maybe come up onto the tiptoes, send the heels back down. And just notice your fingers for a moment. Are you pushing down with the base of your palm? Or maybe try to dump some of that weight into your fingertips and just alleviate a little bit of the pressure from your wrists. And find stillness in that downward dog before we take a walk to the top of our mats. And we're going to hang heavy here for a moment in this forward fold. Maybe grab opposite elbows, little ragdoll, sway side to side. And release the head and the neck, most importantly. Soft bend in the knees is totally fine. And if you're holding onto those elbows, maybe switch your grip. Switch the arms. Might feel a little strange at first. It's not your normal, comfortable way. But that's okay. We'll give both sides equal love. And then release the hands down to your mat. Let everything hang heavy here just for a moment. Feeling your mat under your feet. Root down as we rise all the way up. Extend the arms up overhead. Big breath in. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take it to a few rounds of a half sun salutation, just to really get the heart moving a little bit, warm up the muscles, warm up the body. Open those hands in your mountain pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive down into that forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Slide your hands up your shins. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together as you glance forward. And then exhale, release back down. Totally fine to have a gentle bend in your knee the whole time. Inhale, rise up. Hands to center. Let's do that 2 more times. Mountain pose. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Ground down, rise up. And exhale. Last time through. Mountain pose, we rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Ground down, rise up. And exhale. All right, so hopefully we're feeling a little bit loose here. Gonna take it to our stretches. So nice and slow, just roll yourself back down to that fold. Hands come down, step back to a downward dog. Just a moment here. And then we're gonna take it to a low lunge. So starting on the right side, lift that right leg up, 3-legged dog. Bend the right knee. Nice big step with that right foot towards the top of your mat. Take a minute just to get yourself nice and aligned here. Drop the back knee down. Okay, quick alignment check. Right knee stacked over that right ankle. Big inhale as we lift up, crescent lunge. Feel a nice stretch in that left side hip flexor. And breathe. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Right arm reaches up, low lunge twist. Now you always have the option in a low lunge twist to lift that back knee if you want to bring a little strength. I'm going to keep my back knee down since we're focusing on a stretch here today. And exhale, both hands come down. And just remain here in your low lunge for a moment, kind of getting yourself realigned. We're going to take it to a half split from here. I like to use my blocks for this, but when you're ready, just start to scoot your right foot a little bit closer towards the top of your mat And then send the hips back as you straighten out that right leg and point the right toes towards the top, or towards the ceiling, I should say, towards the sky. Kind of fold your body over that right leg. Feel a nice deep stretch in the back side of your leg, hamstrings, calves, the whole thing. From here, going to shift the weight back forward into that right foot. Keep your blocks handy, but you might want to move them out of the way for now. Tuck the toes, lift that left knee up off the mat, and then just step it in just a bit so that it's on a diagonal pointing towards the top left corner of your mat. And on your next inhale, we rise all the way up to a warrior one. Nice, strong, straight legs here. Hips are squared towards the top of your mat, towards the front. Arms straight up over your head. Nice, strong foundation in your feet. Big inhale here. And as you inhale, straighten out that front knee. Hinge at the hips like you're reaching for the front of the room. And then exhale. If your blocks are there, good. If not, no big deal. We fold over that right leg in a pyramid pose. And just like you would in a forward fold, let your head and your neck hang heavy here. If the blocks don't seem like they're serving you, maybe move them out of the way. Or if you feel a little off balance, maybe grab your blocks. You can also use books or cans of soup or water bottles, whatever you have handy. Notice your hips at this point. So that right hip side might want to kind of cheat forward a little bit. So just keeping those hips nice and square. Send the right hip back, left hip forward. And just one more breath here. Soften that right knee. Step back into our downward dog. And take a moment just to pedal out before we take it to the other side. And I'm just going to switch sides. You stay right where you are. From here, this time, we're going to lift the left knee up and back, three-legged dog. Bend that left knee, big step forward into your low lunge. We're going to drop the knee to start. Check that alignment, right? Left knee stacked over the left ankle. Heart comes forward, shoulders away from the ears. Once you find your balance, we lift up, crescent lunge, bringing the arms up towards the sky, feeling your strong legs supporting you. Nice stretch on the right hip flexor. And exhale the hands back down. Grab your blocks if you like them for that half split. Scooch the left toes towards the top of your mat. Send the hips back as you straighten that left leg and fold forward. And slowly we come back to that low lunge. Keep those blocks handy, tuck the back toes, lift the right knee, step that right foot up just a bit so that it's pointing towards the top right corner. And once you get your balance, we rise up, warrior one. Once again, checking that the hips are squared towards the front of the room. Nice strong legs supporting us. Inhale, straighten that left knee, hinge at the hips, reach for the front of the room, and fold over that left leg. Let it feel good. And cheat that right hip forward, left hip back, just like we did on the other side. And if you're using the blocks, just slide them out of the way for a moment instead of stepping back into that downward dog. Turn your feet towards the right side, and we'll take it to a wide leg forward fold. So again, just like you would in a regular forward fold, let your head and your neck hang heavy here. And breathe. Maybe walk your hands so they're in line with your feet. And return to the front of your mat. Take a step back, return to that downward dog. Now, once again, I'm going to return to the other side. We're going to take that flow one more time, a little bit quicker, and just add on one or two more moves just to increase the stretching towards the end. So right leg lifts up and back, bend that knee, step right foot in between your hands, low lunge. Big inhale here, drop the left knee down. Inhale the arms up overhead, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Shift the hips back, point the toes up towards the sky, blocks or no blocks, your choice. Let's stay here for a breath. And on the exhale, soften that knee, step that leg forward. Tuck the back toes, drop that left hand down, reach up for that twist. And I think I skipped the twist on the other side, so we'll just have to hold it for an extra second when we switch back to the other side. My apologies. And from here, I'm going to step that left foot up just a bit. Reach up into our warrior one. Hold it here. Inhale. Straighten that right leg. Reach forward towards the front of the room. And fold over your right leg in a pyramid pose. Be mindful of your hips. Keep them squared towards the front of the room. Now, instead of dropping down from here, soften that right knee. Rise back up to your warrior one. Keep that right leg right where it is. Open up the back toes. Warrior two. Shoulders stacked over your hips. Glancing over your right fingertips. Flip the right palm. Reach forward. Paint the sky. Peaceful warrior. And we'll hold this one for just a moment here. Nice side body stretch on the right side. Let it feel good. And exhale. Cartwheel the hands back down. Step back to your downward dog. We're going to take it one more time on the left side. So when you're ready, kick that left leg up and back. Bend the left knee, step forward. Starting here in our low lunge, drop the back knee. Inhale, lift, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Send the hips back, left toes point up towards the sky, half split, fold over that left leg. Maybe it feels a little easier. Second time around, a little bit looser. Slowly come a little bit more towards the top of your mat. Let's take it to that twist that I breezed over before. We'll hold it here for an extra breath. And bring the left hand back down. Step that left foot up. Reach up for the sky. Warrior one. Hips squared towards the front of the room. Inhale, straighten out the left leg. Reach for the front and fold over the left leg. Nice stretch in the hamstrings. Soften that left knee. Rise back up to your warrior one first. Get your balance. And open up that hip, warrior two. Glancing over the left fingertips. Flip the palm, reach for the front, paint the sky. Peaceful warrior. Nice side body stretch here. Feeling your strong legs supporting you underneath. And cartwheel the hands back down. Let's take both legs back. Knees to the outer edges. And we'll take it to that child's pose. And hopefully you can feel a little looser, a little lighter. Maybe your hips come a little bit closer to your heels than they did earlier. And just noticing little changes. All right, and I've got two more deep stretches for us. We're going to do both on the right side, followed by both on the left. And then we'll close out with some supine stretches. So bring yourself back into a downward dog. We'll start with the right side. We're going to take it to a lizard. So right leg is going to kick up and back. Bend that right knee. Big step forward, bringing your right foot to the outer edge. So your right hand is inside your right foot. Right tricep connected to your right knee, almost like a magnet. Now this is your lizard pose. Option to stay right here. Option to drop that knee down. If you keep the knee up, it's a little bit more strength-based. I really want the focus here tonight to be on stretching. So if you want to drop that knee down and really focus on the stretch, Maybe bring your left hand in just a bit. I'm going to open up the hip if this feels okay on your hip. Maybe open that left foot to the pinky side edge. Use your right hand just for a little bit of support. And just maybe glance over that right shoulder. Just a little pressure, nothing crazy. Let it feel good. Bring that foot back down. Going to kick the right foot back up to that three-legged dog, and then we're going to take it to a pigeon. Now, if pigeon is not for you, you can always take a figure 4 on your back. If you're with me, right knee comes to right wrist. Always takes me a little moment to get situated, so no problem, okay? You want to keep that right hip up off the mat. So if you need to prop a blanket or a block underneath that right hip just for support, go for it. Sit up nice and tall to start. A little bit of a balance as well. And then when you're ready, you're going to walk your hands down. And like I said, if this is a little too much on the knees, you can always take a figure 4 stretch on your back. I like to prop one block under my chest, another under my forehead. And we're just going to stay here for a few breaths. Maybe wiggle the toes every couple breaths just to keep the blood flowing. And try to find any spots that you might be holding on to tension and let them go. And slowly we rise up, walk your hands back. We're going to take it back to a downward dog before we move to the left side. Pedal those legs out a bit. Might feel a little sensation in the right leg compared to the left. That's okay. And here we go. Starting with that lizard pose, kick the left leg up and back, bend the knee, big step, left foot to the outer edge of your mat. And take a moment here. Again, I'm going to drop that knee down, but if you want to keep it up, totally fine. Left tricep connected to the left knee. And feel that good stretch already in the hips and the hamstrings. And if we want to deepen it a bit, coming onto that knife edge of your left foot, and maybe just providing a little bit of support from the left hand as you open up that hip and glance over the left shoulder. We don't want to feel any pain, so if that hurts or feels any kind of weird or uncomfortable, just come back to a regular lizard. No problem, still a very deep stretch. From here, we're going to take it to a pigeon. So kick that leg up and back. If you're taking it on your back, you may go there now. Otherwise, bend that left knee to the left wrist. Scooch the right toes back a bit. Sitting up nice and proud. Prop whatever you used under your right hip. If you need that under the left, go for it. Big inhale. And exhale once again, folding forward. Set yourself up however felt good on the other side. And just release into the stretch. And slowly we rise. Move any props out of the way that you might be using. Tuck the back toes. If you're on your back, stay there. We're going to join you in a moment. Pedal those legs out a little bit. If you're lying on your back, maybe windshield wiper those legs from side to side. And walk your toes up towards the top of your mat. Cross your ankles. Have a seat. And let's join our friends who took the figure 4 on our backs. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a moment here. Feel your mat supporting you underneath your back, your bottom, your feet. And maybe windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let it feel good on the low spine. Sometimes all we need is a good deep stretch. I always feel a little rejuvenated, a little younger. Let's take it to a spinal twist. Bring your right knee into your chest and the left leg out nice and long. Big inhale. And on the exhale, cross the right knee over to the left side. Right hand extends like a T. I like to keep my left hand on my right knee just to deepen the stretch a bit. And if it feels okay on your neck, maybe glance over your right shoulder. My favorite way to close out a yoga practice. Can't end a class without a good supine spinal twist. Rolling onto your back, bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little side to side sway. Massage out that lower back. And then we take it to the other side. Extend the right leg long. Left knee comes into the chest. And on the next exhale, cross that left knee over to the right side. Ooh, there's some cracks in my spine for sure. Teeing out my left arm, right hand to the left knee. Maybe glance over the left shoulder. And breathe. And slowly rolling back onto the back. Give yourself a little hug one more time. Bring your feet back down to the mat. Let's return. Switch your hands this time. Whichever hand you had on your heart last time, put that on your belly, vice versa. And just take a moment here. Hopefully feeling a little better than we did before we started. A little looser, a little lighter, a little better able to tackle whatever you've got going on after this. You are more than welcome to stay here in this nice, restorative, relaxing posture for as long as you may need. But if this is it for you tonight or today, whatever time it is, you can close out with me. We'll take our 3 collective breaths. So sitting up nice and tall in our Sukhasana. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale. Again, inhale, we lift. And exhale. One more time, big breath in. And let it go. Thank you guys so much for stretching with me tonight. I hope you feel better. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you did. I'll let you know whenever I am posting new content for my Instagram page at Busy Moms Yoga. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Namaste.